I know people who've retaliated, and this is, for me personally, that's one of the worst things you can do.
I have only been cheated on once, thank the Lord Jesus. And I didn't retaliate. Did I retaliate? No, I didn't do anything. I didn't retaliate.
One thing my mother told me, and she was like, if you get mad, then you care.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to Through It with a Splash of Tea, a podcast where we either speak to brilliant people, do this thing one-on-one, or have best friend chats with my best friend T. I'm your host, Cass, and let's get right into it. So today, Rudy is back.
I'm back once again.
Yes, once again. And today's episode is going to be super spicy because last week, if you tuned in, you saw that I had the girls in and we were in the girls' room and we were talking about cheaters. And today I have a boy. So we're also going to talk about
Here we go.
cheaters. Okay, no. I'm not.
Let's take a sip of water.
We're good.
We'll talk about cheating.
Yes.
I'm get hydrated.
Now, how do you feel? Is your thirst quenched?
It is quenched.
Beautiful.
My parchment is gone.
Okay, we're going to hop right into this. Rudy, have you ever cheated?
Yes.
Rudy, have you ever been cheated on?
Yes.
Discuss. Or divulge.
Discuss,
more.
divulge.
Divulge more.
How long is this? How long we got?
Rudy,
We got enough time.
Okay.
We got enough time.
Okay.
Have I cheated? That's already.
Let me lead.
You need 3 hours for that. Maybe 4. Oh yeah, I'll let you lead.
In the beginning, why did you think it was okay to cheat? Let's start there.
That was learned behavior. I thought it was
Just normal?
I'm Haitian, man. You know, all these Haitian uncles, they teach you that, that's what I saw growing up.
Okay.
That is absolutely 100% why I thought it was the norm. Every man cheated.
Okay. And then did you cheat on multiple women or?
Yes.
Okay. And then now what led you to stop cheating?
Energy is giving off that, it's just being a man. Like, why would I be a man and lie to you? If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna let you know. If you don't want to stick around, don't.
So you think you just matured, or?
I think it's maturation has something to do with it. But like, you cheating on somebody is my perspective now. The grown me is like, if it's just bad energy. It's lying. It's negativity. It's somebody gives you their body and then you're giving them somebody else's body. And you don't know. Same thing with attention. Same thing with time. It's like, it's actually, I think it's like pollution now. To be honest with you, it's just not. It doesn't vibe well with me. Like, if you want to talk to somebody else, if you want to be intimate with somebody else, if you want to have a relationship with somebody else, tell the person that you wish. That's it. Just be honest. Honesty is currency. You don't want to lose that.
I like that. Honesty is currency.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then being cheated on. Let's talk about that. So how many times have you been cheated on?
I don't know. I don't know. How many times have I found out?
How many times have you found out that you've been cheated on?
Probably like twice, I think. I've never, I don't know. I don't know if I've counted, but I mean.
Were those long relationships?
No.
Okay.
We're extra long, no.
And did those end the relationship? Did finding out you've been cheated on end the relationship? Or did you work through it?
This was like high school.
Oh.
What? Hold on.
Not to roll my eye. That was really high school relationship.
Yeah, I'd say it's high school.
Yeah.
It was high school, but I'm trying to think. As an adult, well, I could say something. In my young 20s. So it all depends on what everybody's interpretation of cheating is. That's another thing too, is talking to somebody else, entertaining somebody else.
What's your definition of cheating?
My definition of cheating is different today than it was 20 years ago. I don't think if to be honest, when I was 22, 23, did I not expect somebody to not talk to somebody else? I mean, if you were in a committed relationship, no, but it's really hard to be committed at 23. I think I understood that at a young age. It's very hard for both sides to be really absolutely committed at that young age.
It is.
At 43, it's going to be a big difference. It's like you build things. You have a different life together. There's there's different dynamics to that. So yeah, it's different. So as somebody in their 40s, when I say that, oh, she cheated on me when I was 23, it's just different. Like it's not the same magnitude. It wouldn't affect me the same now. Oh, you talk to me? I would like no. It's different. Like you gotta if you're gonna cheat on me, you gotta have a full blown relationship with somebody now. Like put some balls in your mouth. That's cheating.
Rudy.
I'm being
Okay.
serious. Like, but like talking. I don't. I mean, obviously not. But see, sorry, I take that back too. Talking to somebody now. I'm a married man. You talking to somebody, entertaining somebody. That's cheating.
Okay.
But when you're 23, talking to somebody, entertaining somebody, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't really think that that's cheating. To be honest with you,
Even if you're in a committed relationship?
what do you commit to at 23? You shouldn't commit to shit at 23.
Okay, you claim shouldn't, that's fine, but some people do. Some people say, I want to be your boyfriend, your girlfriend.
Girlfriend, but your mindset is so different at 23. So you think that, you ain't holding, you're not, I don't know. I of course I'm looking at it through hindsight, but it's just completely different. So it's a little bit hard for me to talk about, not not talk about, but to resonate with that 23-year-old who would have got mad that somebody was talking to somebody else. Because now I look at that 23-year-old, it's like, oh, some guy slid in her DMs. She said hi. Oh, it's gonna probably. The odds are, I go by the odds. Oh God, it's gonna happen. I think we just have to educate these young kids different now. They live in a different world than us. But would I have been mad back then? Yeah. But stuff like that happens. Be prepared for it, young people out there.
What about now? Can a guy slide in Sade's DMs?
Of course, a guy can slide inside his DM.
Can Sade respond?
Nope. Nope. That anybody can slide inside his DMs. So, fun fact: there's somebody I know who I will not name names, who I went to high school with. She was on vacation. He started hitting the fires on every bikini pic she posted. And she just happened to ask me, do you know this dude? Like, why is the guy doing that? I'm like, oh, him? I was like, what the high school did this dude? Mind you, he don't even follow me on social media. He follows my wife, and he didn't even go to high school with her. And I just laughed, and I hope he's watching. Because he can see.
He's watching.
But for me, that's corny. That's cornball stuff. But like, she didn't reply to him. Like, if a girl slides in my DM, I'm not gonna respond to her either. But anybody can shoot their shot because people are gonna shoot their shots regardless. I'm not a jealous type of person to be like to get mad if somebody slides in my wife's DM. That's a compliment to me.
Honestly, it honestly is though.
It is. It's a compliment.
100%.
It's a compliment. You want to slide in my DM? Like, you think you got a chance? Go ahead, buddy.
Yes. I love
You're gonna look like the cornball. You're gonna look like the cornball when I see you later, and I'm gonna see you, and we're gonna bump into each other. You're gonna look like the cornball to me.
Absolutely, because it's like I know my wife, so she's not going to, or I know my husband, he's not going to.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna go over that. My wife said, she legit asked me, "Who's this guy? Do you know him?" I'm like, "Oh, this cornball." Like, you sitting there like, oh, all right.
You really thought she was gonna do some sneaky like?
Yeah, but and I'm like, you in the fire and everything. Go ahead. And I don't have any problem with people liking any of my wife's pictures or anything like that. That doesn't bother me. But I'm like, you want to see a fire emoji on every bikini pic? That means you dipping your foot in the water to test the temperature. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. A little Cape Verdean pinky toe he got. So anybody want to know he Cape Verdean? A little Cape Verdean pinky toe he got. He dipping it in the water.
Rudy, you might as well say his name.
No, I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name.
You're not gonna give him any airtime?
I wouldn't give him any airtime. No, I wouldn't give him any airtime. Not at all.
Okay. Let's talk about emotional cheating.
Yes.
Is that worse than physical cheating in Rudy's book?
Yes.
Ooh, let's dive into that. Okay, so emotional cheating. Let's define what that is to Rudy. What's emotional cheating?
Emotional cheating is creating an emotional bond with somebody. So an emotional cheating is an investment. That means you're taking time. That means the seeds were planted and you're letting it grow. You're watering it, you're nurturing it, you're trimming the leaves, you're pruning, you're misting. Like that's what you're doing. Emotional cheating is far worse because that's a connection. Sexual cheating could be a spur of the moment. It can be an impulse. Emotional cheating, now there's roots planted. So yeah, emotional cheating is far worse.
I agree. Okay, so what about like the work wives and the work husbands. That's very normal in today's day and age. Is that cool with you? Or you're not?
I'm not a fan of that term.
It's a no for you, dog?
No, that's a no. That's a negative for me. Why? First of all, I got one.
Why you can't have a work husband?
No, I'm her husband. There's only one husband. There's only one husband. I'm sorry. There's only one husband. There's only one husband.
But what?
There's only one wife. Like, work wife, work husband. I'm not a fan of that term. And I'm not a jealous person at all. I just don't like that term. I don't like it. No.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Sade can't have a work confidant who often
Here's a confidant. Yes,
who
I just
often like maybe brings her lunch every now and then, or I don't know what a work or I don't know, like they talk all the time, so like he's always at her cube. They make sure that she's good for the day. He might restock her supplies every now and then, just like every things like thoughtful things. They do thoughtful things. She can't have a work confidant that does.
I'm confused. Wait. Why is somebody taking care of my wife at work? And why would somebody be taking care of me at work? If somebody was doing that for me at work, my wife would be like, "Why is she buying you lunch every day? Why is she doing that? Why is she doing this? Why?" And I understand people have friends, and that me and my wife both have male and female friends. There's never been an issue with that. But there's a difference between taking care of somebody, as the way you said it.
That's what they do, right? That's what the work wives and husbands be doing, right?
Yeah, a lot of them do that, but then they do other stuff too.
Oh, so you're like, we're not even gonna get into that water just in case this man wants.
Yes, I guess so. I guess that's what I'm saying. But
It's mainly because it's your duty to take care of your wife versus allowing somebody else to.
yeah.
No.
Like, and I'm not saying I'm against somebody buying my wife lunch. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. The way it's presented to me is like, because I've seen it in the workplace before where somebody is like, all right, you're trying too hard.
Okay.
You know, I guess that's where I'm coming from. But yeah, there's a difference between, I don't know. I just don't like the phrase work wife, work husband. No. That's a term that husband and wife is a term that should be relegated to the person. You're one person. There's no work wife, work husband. It's like gym wife, gym husband. No, that doesn't make any sense.
What are we talking about?
Yes, I don't know. No,
Like what?
I'm the husband. She's my wife. That's it. Period. You don't get that title. You don't ever get to be lumped in the same category as me. No, anybody. That's your friend.
That's your friend.
That's your friend. That's it. That is, or your coworker. That's it.
Yeah, that's where the line is drawn.
That's what the line is drawn. And like a lot of times too, like you can have this close relationship with somebody at work, and then that's that. You know, then it's like, why aren't you my friend outside of work? Then you're not really my friend.
Hello, I agree. And that's okay though, because some people some people are just your work friend.
Absolutely.
Some people you don't need to bring
Absolutely.
around your family. You don't need in your house. But that's very true. But a true friend, like a friend, is like somebody you're gonna hang out with outside of work and all that. You guys will like spend time together.
It's funny because I'll segue a little bit. When me and Sade first started dating, she was like, "Do you have female friends?" I was like, "Yeah, I have a few." And she was like, I was like, "Do you have male friends?" She said, "I have a few." I said, "Okay." I said, "When you tell them you have a boyfriend and they stop talking to you, they're not your friend. They never were your friend." And of course, there were men who she claimed that were her friends. Then we started dating. They stopped communicating with her, and I was like, "See, they're not your friends. If nobody says, 'Hey, I want to meet this person,' they're not your friend."
Absolutely. They were just waiting for their opportunity.
Waiting for that opportunity to slide in.
Mm-hmm. They're like, damn it.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for that. Waiting for that. What's it called? I can't think of the word. Waiting for that opportunity. Oh, he messed up. I'm right here.
I'm right here. All right, let's talk about, we're gonna segue into retaliations. Cheating retaliations.
Yes.
All right, so I have only been cheated on once, thank the Lord Jesus. And I didn't retaliate. Did I retaliate? No, I didn't do anything. I didn't retaliate. I didn't retaliate. I was like, I'm just gonna let karma do its thing, and it really did. So thank you. God is my road dog. So I want to talk about you and like if you've ever retaliated, and then we can segue into our little story times.
No, I've never retaliated.
Never?
It's pointless. I mean, if
Yeah, but you were young.
yeah, but why would I? I've never been a retaliatory person. Like, if I'm gonna forgive you, and I'll forgive you. If I'm going to, if I think you did something, I'm not gonna do anything. I've never been that way. I'm not gonna do something that's going to just to piss you off because you did something to me. That's not been fair. If I forgive you, then I forgave you.
Right.
That's that. I think that's the Catholic parochial schoolboy in me, turn the other cheek that I was raised with. But yeah, I've never been retaliatory.
Have you been retaliated against?
Oh yeah, I've been retaliated against a few times. And these weren't even girls who these weren't even females that were my girlfriends. Yeah, I've been retaliated against. I had girls who I dated and we weren't boyfriend girlfriend. They found out I messed with somebody else. They messed with my friends. They messed with my cousins. Like,
Intentional? Well, obviously.
absolutely intentionally. They knew. And I was just like, okay. Like, that's what you want to do. Whatever makes you feel better. But
That's crazy though, because you're really just taking another L.
yeah.
Like, you're gonna mess with somebody's cousin that cheated on you in order to get back at them. Like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what makes you feel better, then that's what makes you feel better at the time. But I'm not gonna care. And one thing my mother told me, and she was like, if you get mad, then you care.
Exactly.
And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And I'll still say hi to you, bye to you. That's it. Wish them the best.
That's raunchy. Tell us about some retaliation that you know that you weren't necessarily in or taking part in.
Retaliations that I know
Yeah.
that people have done
Yeah.
in real life. I'm trying to think. What type of retaliation?
What story?
What type of retaliation are you talking about?
Segue into our story time.
What type of retaliation you talking about? I'm just saying, there's people I know who've been retaliatory physically. I don't know if I want to talk about that.
No.
There's people I know who retaliate like social media wise. That type of retaliation, social media wise,
Yes.
yes. I know people who've retaliated, and this is, for me personally, that's one of the worst things you can do. Is when you have beef with a significant other or even a family member or a friend, stay off of social media to try to retaliate, because you're only doing that for attention on your part. So, for example, somebody I know, and I only can say this because they posted it on social media, which is why you shouldn't post shit on social media. So they post text messages between their significant other and somebody else, basically implying that he received fellatio, as a man received fellatio from another man. She posted this on Facebook. Now, that's not a good look. You could retaliate because you feel like somebody did something. And like I said, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false, but you put it out there. You put it out there to retaliate, to attempt to hurt that person. Then you go on vacation with that person who allegedly received fellatio, which means oral sex for some people who don't know that, from another man. And then you're on vacation with them like nothing happened. And you don't see how that's going to affect your relationship and how people look at you. Because I don't know if it's true or not, but you put that information out there for people to digest. Now, how does that make you look? So that's another reason why, speaking of retaliation, why I never would retaliate. Because if I did something wrong, I did it. I own up to it. That's that. If you want to do the same thing that I did, that doesn't make you a better person. So that's why I stay away. I stay away from retaliatory anything. And I stay away from blasting people on social media, especially a significant other. Like, you're going to have your ups and downs. You don't need everybody on your side, because you could be wrong. And the terrible thing about social media is you could be an idiot and you're going to find an idiot who thinks like you. So, yeah. Keep your business off of social media, especially if your man is getting head from another man.
That is wild. And then I know the comments were going crazy.
Well, I mean, screenshots was being sent around to everybody like, wait, what's going on? What's this? What's that? I'm like, what? Like, you're looking at polls like, okay.
And then the next time you saw him again, did anyone?
I haven't seen him. I've never met him. I knew something was wrong with him. No, sorry, I'm not gonna say. Let me hold on. Let me take a sip of Iceland real quick.
What were you?
Let me
I knew
let me
something.
stop. Let me stop. Somebody I've never met before, but Let's just put it this way.
Yeah.
I just didn't vibe with me.
And it's not
That.
like you said, it's literally not worth it because even if you don't go back, you're still associated with that man. Like you were with that man for X amount of years. So it's like people are going to associate you two together
For
regardless.
that moment.
Exactly. So you're not painting yourself in the best light
You're not
here.
thinking, nope.
Like, why are you shooting yourself in the foot in order to shoot them?
Yep.
There's better ways.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not worth it.
And then you was on vacation with the man the next week. And if it wasn't true, and if it was false, did you go on Facebook to say, guess what, guys? I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I was wrong. He didn't get head.
We never got that post.
From Jerome. I don't know what his name was. I'm just saying. He didn't get head from somebody else. That's something you should say. I didn't get that post. I didn't see it. I just seen it on social media. Oh, you're in Hawaii now? Oh, but I thought he was, he was D-Lo in it. So.
And apparently you weren't okay with that. So it's either you're now okay with it
Or you are okay.
Or you are.
Or you don't know.
But tell us something. Give us an update. Give us an
Absolutely.
update.
Give me an update. But yeah, I didn't get an update. We didn't get an update. Nobody knew an update. We just know that they back together. It wasn't that bad. I guess the hair wasn't that good. If it happened. But let me just stop. Let me stop. I'm gonna get in trouble.
So he never commented on it?
So somebody sent him a message like, yo, what's going on? He's like, oh, I did see that. I have no idea what's going on. His comment wasn't very reassuring that I don't know why she's saying that shit. It was, I don't know. Let me talk to her, find out what's going on. That seemed a little suspect to me. But yeah, there wasn't, I don't know. If you accuse me of having a relationship with another man, I would be upset. I would be like, yo, I don't know why. And honestly, I wouldn't deal with that girl again. You're gonna put that on Facebook.
Wow. We're done.
You're gonna put that on social media telling me that, telling lies about me now. I'd be like, I'm good. But he acted like he really didn't know what was going on. So nobody really knows what's going on, but something went on. That somebody got mad about something. So I don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody.
Those two know. That's it. Those two, and then allegedly the other man. So he probably knows something. So I don't know.
Horrible. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you don't post things on social media.
Don't post things on social
Not
media.
your dirt, bro. Like,
don't post things on social media. And then I know he he used to like sorry, I'm going too far. Shut up.
No.
From what I heard, allegedly he would like DD parties. But anyways. And I heard that before I see the post was posted. Before the post was posted. So I mean, do I think there's some truth in the allegation? Maybe. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't go to those type of parties. Or those events. Sorry.
You don't go to those type of events?
Nah, I don't go to those.
Have you ever been invited?
Yeah. I used to model. Do you know this thing? Man.
You got invited to some crazy parties?
Invited when I used to model, and I wasn't a big type of, I'm not a massive model. I was local. I did stuff I did mostly sports. So I would do Saucony, Reebok. The biggest thing I think I did was Ed Hardy.
Okay.
Ed Hardy. But I used to go to New York all the time for castings. And they would proposition you, and this is years ago. This is before the internet, where you can make yourself a model or make yourself, social media presence. Yeah, there would be casting agents who would, and mainly I was an underwear model, so there would be casting agents who would. I'll never forget this one time. There was a casting agent, and I wish I remembered his name, but I know he did Macy's catalogs. He did JCPenney. He did things like that. So I was trying out for there, and then he asked me. I weighed about 200 pounds at that time. He's like, hey, lose 15 pounds, come back. And I didn't realize that was a test. Lost my weight, came back. Yeah, you lost your weight, blah, blah, blah. Taking pictures of you. And then he's like, all right, I think you're going to be great. The last thing he asked me, are you ticklish?
Boy.
I said, what? I said, excuse me? Are you ticklish? And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, nah. I was like, no. I'm like, bye. I'm like, gotta go. I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I'm good. I was like, yeah, I am, but nope, not my party. You're tickling me, bro. I'm like, I gotta go. So yeah, then in yeah, I've definitely been, and that's one time it's happened. It's happened multiple times. Yeah. So when anybody says stuff about like the industry being like that, I've absolutely seen it. I've absolutely seen it. 100%. There's super predators in the industry, especially the modeling industry. Oh, it was bad, bad.
Would you ever put let Lennox be in any of the big industries?
Yeah, that's his choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would know what to expect. It's a lot different now than it was when I was in the industry. It's way different.
Would you manage him?
Absolutely, there would be nobody else who would manage my boy but me. Mm-mm.
Oh no,
I would have
that's
to.
the only way I'd let my little.
I would little, and Lennox's problem. I've actually we've talked about getting him into modeling, but he has the worst fake smile in the world. He'd be like, he does not. If his smile's not real, he doesn't have a real smile. So that's a problem. I try to work on him with his real smile. Like when we're like, let me take a picture, it's the worst smile. When he says, take a picture of me, it's the perfect smile.
What?
So he takes terrible pictures when you try to make him take a picture.
But if he wants to do it,
It's a beautiful
but it's
smile.
still fake if he wants to do it.
We were so mad when we saw his school pictures because his smile was perfect. We were like, what did they do to make him smile? Like he had the perfect smile in school picture, but anytime we ask him to smile, it is his grandfather says he got a bubblegum smile. You know, bubblegum was like that's what his grandfather says because he fakes his smile every time.
Not too much on Lennox.
Not too much. I can talk about my boy.
Yo, that's crazy. So you would let him. You would, but you would definitely manage him.
But yeah, I would let him. I would let him get into the industry just because we know so much more about it now, and I've been in it, so I know what to
Look for.
yeah, look for. I know what to look for. Like I know who the you know what to look for. You know the warning signs.
That's so scary.
It is
Like that's
It's
just, and it's not like it's so many different industries.
it's the entertainment. It's yeah.
So like
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
like like Rudy, I can't, it's so hard for me to conceptualize that there's so much like predatory behavior, and it's the perfect industry for it. Don't get me wrong. I can
Absolutely.
understand it
Absolutely.
logistically, but like just like my heart, like I can't, like all these people, young, old, like kids, it's just like, dang, in all these industries, whether you're a model, whether you're an actor, whether you're a singer, whether you're, it's like, dang.
Well, a lot of those industries are controlled by the same like the casting agents for modeling, the casting agents for sometimes for acting. They know an acting, casting agent. So
That's true. The entertainment network.
yeah, the entertainment network is very, very, very small. Very small. So I mean some people will compromise their genitals and their buttholes for fame and what they want. Some people won't.
You didn't want to be tickled?
No.
What if it was
what if it was even if it's just tickling my feet? No, I ain't having a grown ass man tickle my feet for money. Like I can't do that. I cannot. Like, ooh, just let me ask you a question. Could you get tickled for money? If a man was like, if not even a man, if a woman was like, are you ticklish? Let me tickle your feet. Like imagine somebody with a feather like this. Like, can you do that for money?
Can I?
I can't do that shit. I couldn't do it. I would feel just like I would just feel not human. I would feel.
What
disgusting.
if, okay, can I ask questions? Okay. What if it's not him doing the tickling? What if he just likes to watch his wife tickle men's feet?
That's a different story.
Would you do that for money? His wife is.
His wife can tickle me all day. I'm not having a grown man tickle me. Like a wife, yeah. You want to watch? Yeah, if you want to watch your wife tickle me, I'll laugh all day. But nah, I have a man tickle me. Ain't nothing manly about another man tickling another man and no, I'm sitting here laughing. No. Nope.
Oh my gosh, that's good to know. Actually, I can write that down. Oh, Rudy,
No.
thank you so much
You're welcome.
for coming today.
Are you ticklish? Oh, I'll never forget that day.
Crazy.
I wish I knew his name. I wish I remember his name.
You were
I probably
blasting
could
him?
go back. Yeah, I would 100% blast him if I probably could go back in my emails and find it because I've had the same email forever. So I probably could go back in my email and find his name. But he was a casting director, and I was like, yo, and I was like, and I didn't realize after. I was like, you were testing me to see if I would come back and lose weight to see what I would do.
Yeah, for you.
For
Just
you.
on your demand.
Just on your demand. I was like,
But bro, I was doing it for the job. I
I
wasn't
want to
like,
review. Yep.
yeah. Relax.
Like, am I ticklish? Nice.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And then kids are just gonna be, oh yeah, like they're not even gonna think.
They're not gonna think about that. And I've had, and I have other friends who are in the model industry, who I model with, and same thing. They're like, yo, did this ever happen to you? Yeah, like what shit, like.
Gosh.
But then I know some people been tickled. I ain't gonna lie. I know there's somebody, and anybody want to know, go through my friends list on social media. You might know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna name no name. But there are people who I used to model with, and I'm like, how do you get so big? Well, like I said, I've never claimed to be a huge model, but I remember there was 3 of us, and one person, we were just like, how did you get all these jobs? We was just like, well,
You be getting tickled?
maybe he did get tickled. I don't know. But I was just like, there's, when you're not in especially in the modeling industry, when you're not in a big agency, when you don't have a big agency backing, but then you're just getting a lot of work, you could be like, sometimes you might put 2 and 2 together. How you getting all this work? It's either you got, because we all got the same connects, but you're getting more work. And we all been propositioned to get tickled. I'm just saying.
I'm proud of you for not allowing him to tickle you.
Oh, I mean, you should be proud of that. I have integrity. I mean,
yeah, but no, you should be proud. If you have integrity, you should be proud of that. You should be proud when you create these boundaries and you're like, no, I am not going to be tickled in order to get to the next step, to climb the ladder. You should be proud.
Modeling for me was a hobby. It wasn't something that I did that it wasn't my lifelong dream.
Yeah, but even if it was your lifelong dream.
You still wouldn't tickle me.
Thank you.
You still wouldn't tickle me. No.
Still wouldn't tickle me?
Nah.
Still wouldn't tickle.
That's a bar. Everybody would have used that. Ain't nobody tickling me.
Never been tickled.
I ain't never been tickled. Ain't tickling my pickle. Yeah. Let's tickle this pickle. But that's new place.
All right. On that note, we're going to end. What's something that you would like to say to them to get them out of that mindset, out of that realm, thinking it's okay or that it's best for them to continuously cheat on men and women?
I would tell somebody that it's just not good for your spirit. That energy that the negative energy that it's a negative energy. The energy that you're bringing off is just, it's like I said before, it's pollution.
Yeah, but if I tell her, she's going to be sad and that's negative energy.
No, realism is not negative energy. You can't be real with somebody and tell them, like, if I tell you you're short, that's not me being negative. You're short. If I'm telling
Yeah, but that would make the person sad.
So when I tell you you're a cheater, that's going to make you sad. It's the truth. You know you're a cheater. If you know you're a cheater, you should accept that. That's it.
Okay. But if a cheater tells his girlfriend, hey, I'm cheating on you, the girlfriend's going to be pissed and sad, So the cheater's like, yo, I just won't tell her. I'll just have Sally on the side and my girlfriend will stay happy in the relationship because she's ignorant and bliss.
So what I'm saying is don't be in that relationship. If you're going to cheat, if Sally's not Sally, I don't know his first girlfriend.
Barbara.
If you're not man or woman enough to tell Barbara or Bill you're cheating on them, then you shouldn't be in that relationship. Then, like I said, there's equity in truth. That's what I mean by it. If you're not truthful, then don't be in a relationship. That doesn't make you a better person. It makes you a worse person. Do you want to be a bad person? Do you want to be a good person? And that's a gray area, bad and good, but the more honest you are, the better person you are. That's the better energy you give. Hiding, lying, covering things up, it's stressful. I've been there. That's stressful.
The stress.
Like, you can't look at your phone. You can't leave your phone down. Who's calling me? Who's doing this? Don't call me about
texting on the side.
Texting on the side. Like, oh, I'm going here lying. Like, what? it's not good for you either. It's not even that person. It's not good for you, period. And I've been there, and I'm like, like that's not, it's not, you honesty gives you freedom, and that's what I mean by that. So it makes you a better person because you're free. You have no shackles. When you're hiding things, it's just like being locked up. And that's more pressure, that's more strain, that's just more of a drain on you as a person. So that's that negative energy you don't need, giving it and taking it, because it still comes back to you.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, Rudy.
Thank you.
Talking to the people, educating the young men and women.
The young men and women, don't cheat and don't get tickled.
There you have it, folks. We're going to end on that note, on those notes, on those 2 takeaways for the day. Thank you guys for watching today. Rudy, thank you very, very
Where's the water from? This water good.
Isn't it delicious? This is our Icelandic water. You guys should buy it. It's so good. Ding. No, but honestly, this water is bomb and you guys should buy it, and it's just really good. But thank you guys for watching if you watched. Thanks for listening if you listened. You can catch Through with a Slash of Tea every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on all streaming platforms. And now when I say that, it's actually true, because you know what I did? I added this podcast on iHeartRadio and Amazon Audible. So you can catch it on all streaming platforms and YouTube. Originally, we were just on Apple Pod and Spotify. But so now we're on everything. Again, Rudy, thank you so much for being here. As always.
Thank you everybody for watching and listening.
Alrighty, y'all. Bye now.